Stand by. 4, 3.
Brother to brother, before my brother's keeper. Learn more right after this.
"7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg,
Doc,
how are you?
oh, I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where, it's one of those shows, that's very personal for
Yeah.
both of us. So I'm excited.
Well, we've done some shows about the Brother to Brother program in the past, here and there. Try not to be too obnoxious about a program. I'm
I
pretty
don't
proud
mind.
of it.
Yeah. But yes, we have done several shows about B2B in the past. But this it's progressing as an organization. It's progressing.
Well, this one is going to have a slightly different angle, at least. We're going to talk some more about the program for folks that aren't familiar with it, but also about one particular aspect that has had an impact. And Brother to Brother is a primarily an academic-based program for minority men at the college level. But the assistant director of the program, who is with us today, Dalton Lamel, who has athletics in his blood. It's not something I totally understand, but he wanted to build a basketball program within the program. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well.
And I didn't tell you this, but see, there's something special about that has implications that we're going to get into.
You're scaring me now, but okay.
We're going to get into
All right.
it.
Well, we have two guests with us, and they will be joining us right after this, so don't go away.
I'm transferring to the University of West Georgia.
Columbia University,
Kennesaw State.
UGA,
Loyola University in Chicago,
Grambling State.
Shorter University.
I'm going to Greensboro College, and we all got our start at Georgia Highlands.
No matter where your educational journey takes you, you can get your start at Georgia Highlands College. Georgia Highlands College. Enroll, engage, excel.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're very happy to have with us today Dalton Lamel and Kayla McCrary. Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Now, Caleb, you are close to graduating.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
Yes.
we're very excited about that. Proud of you.
Yes.
Thank you. But before we go there, you have to tell kind of how we got here, so that our audience
Do we
understand.
have that time?
Yeah, I mean quickly, because when we're very proud of Caleb, we need to kind of let people understand the situation that dictated how Brother to Brother came about.
Well, Brother to Brother is actually a chapter of a national organization that Georgia Highlands took on, I guess, about 5 years ago now. Seems longer, but it was just about 5 years ago. Our minority men, much like the minority men at the state level and at the national level, were not enrolling in college at the numbers they should be enrolling, and the ones that were enrolling were not succeeding at sufficiently high numbers.
So let me make sure. So we had a situation
We did.
where African American men, minority men, not attending college, and the ones who are attending college are not graduating.
Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure
But did
people.
I not just say
I just
that?
want to make
Okay,
sure,
all right.
because sometimes people want to know why we have such organizations as B2B.
Well, it was to solve a particular problem.
Yeah, that the state recognized.
The state recognized, and they have an African American Male Initiative, have had one for about a dozen years now. And Georgia Highlands began a version of that program about 5 years ago. GAME, which stands for Georgia Highlands African American and Minority Male Excellence. And Brother to Brother started about a year after and was a part of that program.
Yeah.
So, and we have gone at it a lot of different ways. We started very small, 7 students on one campus, and now we have 120, 130. I don't even have an accurate number anymore. On all 5 of our campuses at Georgia Highlands. And we've seen some really impressive success with that program.
And impressive, you mean like having the highest graduation rate among all students?
At Georgia Highlands?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to.
Yes. Our graduation rates within the program have, at least last year, were about 8 times greater than the general student population.
General student population. All right, now we can talk about Caleb. I just wanted to make
That's
sure.
all the background stuff. And Coach Dalton Lamel, actually started as an intern.
Yes, sir.
Working on your graduate degree, and then we wouldn't let you go.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
So you from the time that you worked with Brother to Brother as part of your internship, you focused on one campus in particular.
Yes, sir.
What was the reasoning for that?
Well, because in starting the internship, the guidance was turn the GPAs around. Our GPA on the Paulding campus was below a 2 at the time, and the membership at the Paulding campus within Brother to Brother was only 6 members out of 60 on campus, 60 potential minority male students on campus. So I received my marching orders from Doc Hershey and from Dr. Ledbetter as far as what they wanted to see happen on the Paulding campus. And one of the glaring things also was the fact that there was no full-time person there to work the Paulding campus. So Doc and I, we actually came up with a plan from what I utilized from my previous college in Arkansas, because I was a student success coach from there. And we laid out our plan, and Doc bought into the plan and wanting us to go ahead and focus on one campus to actually see what can be done with focusing on one campus. And then from there, once we'll have the roadmap will be laid out with the successes, then go ahead and roll it out to the rest of the institution as far as what can be done, not just with minority male students, but with the student population, you know, as a whole population, diverse area.
And it was pretty, at least from my perspective, you know, because one of the issues we saw is that even though we were making really good progress with the minority men we were working with on all campuses, we saw the need for having some very dedicated attention to one campus, and we wanted to see what might happen.
Yes, sir.
If we really did the program the right way.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
what I say the right way is because, you know, previously, myself and a couple of others, you know, I could never be on one campus for.
Well, due to yours, let's be honest, due to the success you had created, out of
Exactly.
the program that you had created. The program grew at such a rate
Exactly.
that it grew beyond resources.
Right.
It grew beyond what could just, no, what you knew that what needed to be done, but the resources to do it was
Was not
just not
available.
present. So,
Exactly.
and really, Paulden was sort of like a pilot program
Yes.
that yielded great results. That
Yes, sir.
if you give these young men someone dedicated to helping them navigate this, because college, it is navigation. You really have to learn how to plot your way through this.
Right.
This is what you can do.
That's
And
it.
I don't know. Now, last I seen, Paulden has to be one of the largest campuses as far as student
Yes.
members.
Yes, sir. We have 36 this semester, and out of 61 minority male students.
So you have over 50%.
Yes, sir.
You had roughly 6%, and you've gone to over 50%.
Yes, sir. And we also have 100% contact rate of every minority male student on the campus is aware of the GAME initiative and also the Brother to Brother organization.
And I would say, if it's fair to say, that we began to see what a difference that made almost immediately.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't a gradual development of that. I mean, it was almost instant. Clearly, I mean, I think we learned a lot about what can work.
Yes, sir.
If the resources are there, if the individuals are there, what can happen.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I guess people are wondering where basketball fits into all this. Because our goal really is academics and graduation.
Yes, sir.
Getting minority men to enroll in college, to stay in college and graduate. That's our mission.
Yes, sir.
So what's with this basketball thing?
Okay, well, Dr. Hershey, the mission of our basketball club within Brother to Brother is to enrich the student learning experiences outside the classroom with the whole concept of building character through education, through academics, and also through athletics. And that's the bottom line. The one thing when these guys go anywhere, people don't care about how well they dribble a ball or how well they shoot. The first thing they're looking at is their character. Same thing academically. They can care less about a full-point student. They're looking at the character of that student, of that person. And that's what we're building through our athletics, is the character of the person.
Yeah.
And the experiences that they're gaining is through that education piece. Because back in the day, with us, education and academics were like this. When you talked about, son, go get a good education, we were talking about the degree. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's different. Academics is the degree. Education is, we're going to learn how to eat at the dinner table. We're going to learn how to talk to each other. We're going to learn how to communicate with each other. We're going to learn different facets when we go community service. We're going to learn how to socialize with people. So that's the full gamut of what we've done through basketball, which has led to other facets, or all the facets of the student body on the Paulding campus.
Now, this is where I'm going to throw this in here, because what you're saying, Coach, I agree with 100%. And in fact, the reason, if you look at like the alternative school in which I work, and if you look at recently the murders, the shootings we had in Rome.
Yes, sir.
What do we do to students who are not performing well in school when once they kick out or they dropped out, a lot of them no longer have access to organized sports such as basketball,
right,
which I think is critical in the development of character.
Yes, sir.
And so when I look at B2B, the Diamonds, it makes sense because you can teach a kid all day the academic aspect of it.
That's right.
But are you developing the character piece
That's right.
that we often don't focus on in the classroom?
That's right.
And where do you develop that at? What better place than the basketball court?
Exactly.
And so really what I see the Diamonds' success, and I know we're going to have to go to a break, but I see this as a model for kids that are not in school. How do we engage kids that are not in school in academic sports like organized basketball. So we create a culture of you're not just out here playing basketball, but while you're here, we're going to teach you some other skills
Exactly.
that is necessary for your success in life. So, I want to talk about that. How do we get there?
We're coming up on a break, and I promise when we get back, we're going to allow Caleb to speak as well.
Oh, yes. He better learn.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Dalton Lamel, coach, and Caleb McCrary.
We're not talking to Caleb.
Well, we're about to.
We're about to, okay.
About Brother to Brother program at Georgia Highlands, and particularly about this basketball, initiative within that program, which coaches developed and which Caleb has been a part of. Caleb.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about how has Brother to Brother influenced your performance as a student, and how does basketball fit into that to you?
Okay. First of all, I must say it's truly an honor to be a part of a group, Brother to Brother. Brother to Brother has helped me with certain roles and ways of conducting myself in terms of certain areas that the education on what to do at schools and how to mentor younger males. It's truly been an honor and a blessing to be a part of that, because it's helped me a lot in academics and also on the outer side of things in terms of school. Just giving back to the community. At first, when I first joined Brother to Brother, I wasn't really totally big on giving back to the community, but now, since I have joined Brother to Brother, Brother to Brother has helped me see that giving back in terms of community, whether it's at an elementary school building, calescopes, or even going to the old, to the old folks' homes, senior homes, and playing bingo with the older people. It teaches, to always give back and, always remember where you come from, to stay humble and be the best person you can be.
I also must interject, I think, this dress. Because one thing, Doc, we do stress. It's looking that part, and I must say you've come a long way. You look very distinguished.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a before and after picture.
But you look very distinguished,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I know you were always into basketball, and
Yes,
in
sir.
fact,
Yes, sir.
You are one of those, and I think we have several of them in the organization, but you are
Yes,
one of
sir.
the ones that, it's part of the air that you breathe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I don't know that before Coach got this initiative started that you considered it to be part of an educational experience.
Mm-hmm.
So how has it been reinforcement, I guess, to what you're doing in school? How has it helped you perform as a student?
In terms of being a student, it's helped me reevaluate what I really want to do with myself. When I first joined, Brother to Brother, although we didn't have, the athletic side of things going, I was still motivated because of the fact that I didn't want to, sit outside of school and not do anything with myself, work, from job to job, miserable. And so me being in school was already one thing, and I was, working towards graduating to get to my associate's degree, which was enough motivation for me. But when the basketball thing came apart, the basketball has helped me motivate myself to chase a dream that I felt like personally that in some ways I was robbed, and at the same time I couldn't see some of my faults with what I had going on while I was still in high school. And my personal story, I played organized ball from middle school to my sophomore year in high school. The grades started to slip, and I was just a big head on my shoulders. You couldn't necessarily tell me anything. So by the time I got to my junior year, and it's varsity, and I got cut, and that really it aided me. It was something that I never experienced before. I never been cut from an organized team. Thought I was this guy that was pretty good, but turned out that I really wasn't. And my senior year, tried to transfer to another high school and play, and I got cut again. So that just really, I was really disappointed, and I started to rebel. So when this opportunity for brother to brother have an athletic basketball team, I jumped right on it. I was totally in 100%. And now I'm chasing this dream. Like I said, I'm chasing this dream that I felt like I was being robbed of. And now that I'm working with, Coach Samel and other people, and I can say this for my teammates, I feel like we're all getting this second chance through brother to brother in terms of the academic side and through basketball on the athletic side to be better people. And I also just wanted to say that, like I said, it's also out of this group, it's always taught me to just be coachable, because that's what I didn't have in high school. I wasn't coachable. I wasn't a loud, arrogant guy, but I had the quiet arrogance about me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I had going on. And now the fact that, to be coachable and to stay humble through the whole process while, have, education and academics going on, and with the basketball going on as well, it's really coming full circle for me. It's an honor, truly a blessing.
So Coach, I'm curious. So part of Diamonds is y'all travel. It's an intramural team.
Yes, sir.
That you travel.
Yes, sir.
And so, what has that experience been like for a lot of the players?
It's given them the vibe that they are college athletes, and for, like Caleb just mentioned, that was a dream. They never thought that it can actually come to fruition, but it actually has. And for a lot of the guys, they won't experience this again. Some may go on to play at a 4-year college, but just to have your dream come true, and you could look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I actually did this, that makes it worth it, to whereas you're going to keep going on and progressing towards other things that you've set your mind to, because you've actually achieved that. Because we've played 4 or 5 college teams this year, and they've had the names called out over the loudspeaker, and the fans are in the crowd and on a college court. So they've experienced all of that, and it's a good feeling that we've reached guys that we didn't think we could reach based on seeing their dream come true. And that's all anybody wants, is an opportunity. And as long as the guys have put the work in, we've given them that opportunity, which they're paying back tenfold. Caleb mentioned before going to the elderly homes. We've gone to the elderly homes. Right now we have a partnership with Kennesaw State, to whereas we're doing math and science night at elementary schools with Kennesaw State. So it's real big now, that all we got to do is say, like, for example, tomorrow night we're going to Compton Elementary. How many guys can roll? We have 10, 15 guys ready to go. And the blessing also is the fact that the rest of the population at Paulding campus is on board with what we do. They want to be a part of what we are into as well. To see African American male, African American female, white males, white females, Hispanic females all combine together and work together, yeah, that's a blessing, because it's almost unheard of at a college campus. That's how one of our biggest barriers is that diversity working together, and that's what we are able to accomplish with what we're doing.
You know, I was going to say that I think probably one of the biggest benefits of any organized sports is that it helps you develop a relationship with your teammates that you might not necessarily develop in class.
Yes.
You get to know people on a totally different level. And so it's just building those bonds, just making those bonds even stronger, because you share something else you're passionate about. And so so you may be great in math, I may be terrible in math, so we really not clicking. You trying to help me, but if we're both passionate on the basketball court, now coming to you for help becomes just that more. It becomes that much more easy to do, because I know you're on a different level. And let's be honest, organized sports has been one of the biggest racial tools to break down barriers that we have in America.
That's right.
And so it makes only sense that people who are passionate about basketball, regardless of their race, can get into this.
The blessing is seeing one African American male student asking another African American male student for help on the math, with a math question. Which is almost unheard of, because that's the perception of African American males, not reaching out for help. But on our campus, it's different now. So everything that we have is working. Positive or conflict resolution. Everybody doesn't get along, but what we have, we've taught our students how to talk, how to communicate with each other.
As Brother Robert Stevenson always say, we can always disagree, but let's do it disagreeably.
Exactly.
How do we disagree agreeably, How do we talk to one another and have different viewpoints, but agree that it's okay we have different viewpoints?
Exactly. What we face with right now, and let's go back to academics, we're getting students that graduated with a 2.2, 2.3 in high school, and right now they have the Hope Scholarship. So, and in order to attain the Hope Scholarship, you have to have your 30 semester hours. Once you hit your 30 semester hours at a 3-point GPA or higher, you receive the Hope. So these students who people thought could never get the Hope, they receiving the scholarship now. And because of the fact of what they're going through, the characteristics that they're developing is enabling them to do that. So it's real big right now.
Well, we're coming up on another break here. When we come back, we'll have more with our guests, so don't go away.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking about the Brother to Brother program at Georgia Highlands for minority men at the college level, and the Diamonds Basketball Club, part of Brother to Brother, which was created by Coach Lamel, and which Caleb McCrary here has been a leader, a role model.
Yes.
And about to graduate too. So.
Yes, sir.
Thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more about Brother to Brother, you can email me at b2b, which is the number 2, b2b at highlands.edu. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.